Luke Bracey came from the land down under to deliver his good looks and charming accent to the big screen. He made his TV debut in 2009 with the recurring role of Trey Palmer in the Australian soap opera Home and Away. Others might recognize him from his role as Riley in Monte Carlo, G.I. Joe Retaliation, Point Break, Little Fires Everywhere, or Holiday. Surprisingly, this actor almost went down a different path in life if it weren't for a fortunate turn of events. Here are 10 things you probably didn't know about Luke Bracey. He never planned on being an actor. With his skill set and energy on screen, it's arguably surprising that Luke Bracey did not always dream of becoming an actor. Born in Sydney, Australia, he considered pursuing a career as a professional rugby player. He told Interview magazine, "I thought I'd be a professional rugby player or go to university and get some degree in construction, just so I'd have something to fall back on." He got his start on an Australian soap opera. For someone who never set out to be an actor, Bracey is doing pretty well for himself. When attending university, a friend suggested he audition for a role that led to a stint on one of Australia's favorite soap operas, Home and Away. He said, "I got asked to audition for a soap opera in Australia called Home and Away. I had no idea what I was doing, I just tried to sound like a human being. Unbelievably, I got the job and then I ended up being on the show for about 6 months. It wasn't until my 3rd or 4th day of work that I realized I'm getting paid for this. It was awesome." His big break. At 20, he packed up from Australia and shifted to Los Angeles to make a name for himself in mainstream Hollywood. He got his first feature film role in the Selena Gomez tween comedy Monte Carlo after a few cameos on the WB series Dance Academy. His popularity soared quickly. He was cast in the iconic role of bad guy Cobra Commander in the film G.I. Joe Retaliation and starred opposite Pierce Brosnan in the action thriller November Man. He landed a big modeling job. Luke Bracey took his good looks from the screen to the advertisements when he struck a deal, his first modeling deal, with Ralph Lauren for the company's Polo Red fragrances in 2017. He admitted that doing a fragrance campaign was a secret dream of his, but didn't say anything out loud for fear of jinxing it. His dream came true, and he enjoyed the challenge of his new gig. He practiced his accent a lot. Many people enjoy the Australian accent, but to get into character, it can be necessary to switch up his vocal sound. Talking about sounding like an American on screen, he told Interview, "I practiced my accent a lot after I got my first acting job. The problem is that there are so many different kinds of American accents. A guy from Boston is gonna sound much different than a guy from Utah or New Orleans." He finds that to be part of what makes the country and his job as an actor interesting. When asked about American accents in an interview for Ralph Lauren, Bracey threw on a Boston accent and called it a wicked hard dialect. He added, "But it's nice. I like it because it's kind of rough." He has been called a sex symbol. His career has really taken off in America, and his blonde locks and casually cool grin have had Cupid shooting arrows through many hearts. Labeled the hottest new hunk by the Daily Mail, Bracey is well aware he has been labeled a sex symbol in Hollywood. So what does the Point Break star think about all of the attention? "I wake up every day and look at my own ugly mug in the mirror and don't think twice about it. The fact that other people might want to look at me still feels funny. It's flattering, but funny." He was considered to play Christian Grey in 50 Shades of Grey. Back in 2013, his name was on the shortlist alongside Alexander Skarsgård and Billy Magnussen to play Christian Grey in the 50 Shades of Grey trilogy. However, even though he didn't get the part, he wasn't upset. He said to Adelaide Now, "I don't really get disappointed when I miss out on films. If I did, I'd never get a year through this business. Once I walk out of an audition, I just try to completely forget it." He's a daredevil. As he grew up playing sports and surfing, Bracey loves taking on his own stunts in movies. Part of what drew him to the role of Johnny Utah in Point Break was getting the chance to train at wingsuiting and rock climbing. He told the Fresno Bee, "The physical side of the movie is what drew me to it. I grew up surfing and snowboarding and skateboarding, so it is something that is very close to me. I wanted to do everything I could do until the pros took over." Forrest Gump was one of his favorite films as a child. Before he became an actor, he had always been a movie buff. He said he was captivated by film's ability to create emotional and relevant stories from the time he saw Gladiator at the age of 10. In an interview, he said, "I watched a lot of movies. I'm really into the idea of telling stories," and added that these stories provide an escape. The actor also confessed, with some embarrassment, that he was all about the 1994 film Forrest Gump, adding, "I used to quote that movie all the time when I was a kid. I still love that movie." He enjoys the simple things. He enjoys the simple things in life, like coffee. In an interview for Ralph Lauren, Bracey admitted that he used to love drinking cappuccinos. But as he prepared for a movie role, his physical trainer only let the actor drink black coffee. At first, he thought the drink was rubbish, but by day 3 of drinking the simple caffeinated beverage, he became hooked. He woke up and remembered, "It was the first time coffee was a drug for me."